Hi, how's it going? My name is Matthew, aka EZBOT, and this is Elektron Talk episode 29. It's also my birthday, which is cool that it landed on a day off. So I decided I was going to stream during the comfort of daylight, which is a little unusual for me. Today what I want to talk about is I'm going to do a little preview of my newest Octatrack template that is about to be released this week. And I'm really excited about that. I've been talking about it for months, and it took me a really long time to conceptualize exactly what I wanted it to do. And then I kind of had like a breakthrough like 2 weeks ago on how I wanted to build it, and I'm very pleased with it, and I'm going to share some of the sounds I've come up with. It's going to be like a while before it's like at this like 1.0 level, but I'm going to be sharing it on my Patreon. So if you're interested in beta testing it once I'm completed with the 64 effects that it will have, that will be available this week, this weekend. I'm thinking probably Saturday, but I'm very far along. I'm just going to share one of the first sections of effects, and those of you who aren't familiar with this, what's up, Jeremy? What's up, Levi? What's up, Guido? I like that. Yeah, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes, everybody. Hey, Michael. Cool. I should do this during the day more often. Look at all these friendly folks popping in. It's really nice. It's my last year in my 30s. I'm 39 today. It's crazy. It just blows my mind. I can't believe it's 40 next year. Just wild. Okay. Anyway, so those of you who don't know, I make these templates for the Octatrack. I make these performance templates. And what's up, Alex? Thank you. And the last one I made, I also just updated it if you're interested in picking up the newest version of my classic performance template that has all sorts of different kinds of crazy effects in it, pitch risers and fun resampling stuff that you can do, reverse and all that kind of stuff, tape stops. That has been updated to 2.3.5, and that's available on both Patreon and Ko-fi if you want. And it has a whole MIDI mapping for the Chic MIDI controller. So that's cool. I just recently added that. If you're interested in checking it out, go for it. But I do want to share some of the effects in this new one, and the whole idea behind this newest version of the template is to work specifically with techno. Techno and its subsidiary kind of genres. So dub techno, regular techno, dark techno, all sorts of anything that's going to be, that relies on rhythm and less on melody. So these effects are for that. They're for transitions. They're for like adding buildups and giving you some time to breathe in between adding some new elements. So I want to demo some of those effects. You're going to see, I have this red mark. I had a massage and the masseuse did cupping on me, and it left some like really gnarly marks. I told her, I was like, please avoid spots where it'll be seen on camera because people are going to think I have like hickeys all over my body. That is not the case. Although there's nothing wrong with that, but it happens to not be the case. They're all over my back. So I'm just pointing that out. But yeah, let's dive into a bit of the effects. So none of this, I would say, they're not finished. I was up late last night because I got so sucked into tweaking them because I'm having such a good time with these effects and how effective they are from moving from part to part. Techno birthday, yeah. From moving from part to part and sound to sound through the Octatrack, that it just sounded so good, and especially with like a really clean mix. So one of the special features in this new version is the way I built it. It starts off with a through track here and a through track here, and then we have two neighbor tracks in a row. So I mean, that's how neighbor tracks work. So of course they're in a row. So two neighbor tracks on each side. I think of it like two different decks, kind of like DJ decks. So we have one deck here. It's got 6 effects in serial along with the resample track for that side. And then this has the same thing with the resample track for that side. And again, it goes percussion on the left and melody on the right. Let me turn this down. I think I just was peaking my mic a little bit. And this works really well. So no master track, but there still is freeze delays and all that. So if you use tracks 1 and 5, you can do freeze delays. So let me give you some sound examples. We'll go through some of these effects and I'll talk to you about what I'm doing. And if people have suggestions or ideas, go ahead and drop them in the comments on this video. I'll leave this up on my YouTube channel. If there's effects that are like, oh, I need this effect for techno production or for techno performance. There is no using samples in this template. It is strictly for processing external gear. And because that's the way I work, I don't use samples on the Octatrack when I'm using these boxes as well. It is just for performancing or just for performancing. Yeah, I'm just distracted. So here we go. I'm gonna turn the BPM up to about 132 because that's what this track is. I was playing a little bit of this track last week when I streamed last Sunday. So if you were there, you'll recognize it. Very chill techno track. All right, so what we have in the template is a lot of reverbs, delays, filtering, some chorus, and on the left side we are using a little bit of a flanger. That's just for this first part. There is going to be 64 effects, and right now we just have the first 16 that I'm going to be demoing. But there will be some of the classics from the original template that I have implemented in here, but I'm trying to make this as easy as possible because I realize a lot of the effects from my older template didn't get used because of how much forethought they required. So things like pitch risers, you had to record 4-bar loop of a certain segment of your music, and then you had to transition to it exactly at the right time and transition out of it at the right time. And if you missed the transition, it could sound pretty sloppy. But when you landed it, I mean, it sounded sick. It was very cool. But I don't think other people were using it besides myself because they were just too spooked to use it or didn't understand its functionality to begin with. I'm not really sure. But I think stuff like that wasn't being used like these effects that are here. These are very simple effects, but they're very effective. There is a compressor on both channels. So I have tweaked the compressor until I found the sweet spot for like a very general compression bus on both sides. They are both set to the same settings and they're very light compression, but it really does make a difference. The variation between dynamics before I compressed the signal was about 3 to 4 dB in the signal, and after applying the compressor, the signal varies only within 1 dB. So that's a really tight compression, which is really great. So the mix is doing its work. So I was very pleased with that. And because it's compressed, it's a much punchier sound. That was not something that was in the other template. There was no compression. So now this is acting a lot more as a performance mixer. We do have our compressors built into the Octatrack. And I've never been a huge fan of the Octatrack's compressors, but they work well enough, and it's definitely doing the trick here. So here, let's check out the first set of effects. So this is a reverb effect. Very simple reverb with some filtering. Another reverb. Much more of a smile pass / band pass feel to it with a shorter reverb tail. Very clean effect. And this is version 3 of my Daft Punk effect. I mean, it's always fun to play with this one. I think it's one of the best sounding versions of it I've made. This next one is version 2 of what I call the Circo Riser, because Circo asked me to build him an effect on the template back in the day before I was finished with my other template. And he wanted an effect that would freeze the audio and then have delay. He wanted to be able to have a delay build up, but also have no one hear him making changes on the boxes, which was something I already had kind of built into the template, but I formulated it to what he wanted. But now I've expanded upon it and I've made it a lot better. So the way I actually accomplish this goal is using freeze delays. So there's always a freeze delay directly after the compressor on both these through tracks. And then that freeze delay goes into a filter, so I can filter frozen buffers, which is really effective. And that goes into a delay, so I can then delay filtered buffers. And then that goes into another effect. So on this side, a phaser, on this side, a chorus, and that goes into a delay. So at the end there, I have this chain and I can make all sorts of cool effects. Then I have LFOs, clocked and modulating things with a lot of ramps. So things are building up or coming down. And it's quite effective. So this one's really cool. Check it out. We'll let this go 4 bars before I show it off. All right, here we go. There's that build up. So if I did that, let's do it one more time, and I'm gonna bring in these rolling hats. So I just brought the hats in. You can't hear that I brought them in because it's frozen. Here we go. So that's a very effective effect for a big build-up. You could move to another track from there. You could just move to another sound within your performance. It works really well. There's a bunch of effects that have that same property that allows you to change things on your boxes or move to new patterns without disrupting the vibe of your sound currently, or disrupting your current track that you're playing live, so that you can unmute, mute sounds, or just do adjustments. You can also hold Q and Q up rec 1 and 2, which will queue up your inputs A, B, C, and D. Set your Q mix on your headphones out to the Q. So set your headphones to the Q mix, and you can actually listen to these boxes live while effects like this are playing. You'll be able to hear what these boxes are doing, like you'd be able to hear your hi-hats coming in. And that's extremely effective and a really powerful tool that you get from when you're playing it as a DJ, which is something I have no experience as. But I've watched a lot of them to see what they do. All right, so the next one I'm going to show off, we can start getting into the delays. These are just delays with filter, a little bit of reverb. There is modulation on it so that there's some movement. This way you can leave this effect running for a bit. Bring the clap in. Oh. This weird thing, like right now I don't have this assigned to change to patterns. And I'm not sure what's happening, but I keep getting a pattern change sent to 1. So here we go. You can hear that there's some modulation happening with the filter bass on the drums and the melodic side. Another delay. This one has no modulation, so you just get this really simple high-pass filtering with some bit of a longer delay. This has chorus, delay, high-pass filter, and what I call a smile pass filter, so a dual. Well, the way the Octatrack does it, you can have the resonance affect the cutoff of the high pass and the cutoff of a low pass, so it creates a smile, so we call it smile pass. They sound really great. These are very clean effects. I just tweaked them until they weren't muddy. This is the next effect. Then we have a simple effect. This is a high pass filter. Just high passes everything. We have a low pass, a nice thumpy low pass. I think this low pass filter turned out really good. I was surprised. All right, got another one here. So this is just a high pass on the percussive side with a really short reverb. And it just lets your synthesizer play free on the right side. That way you can start bringing in some new elements. I don't have any new elements to bring in because this track is very simple. But we could overdrive this TB03. That's kind of the idea of how you'd work that effect. What is interesting about these next two is that these are actually 4-bar loop recording buffer loops. So you could do all sorts of stuff. You could actually hit yes, and that's going to arm both these record buffers. And then you can play with these effects. That's recorded. Check it. 4-bar loop. It took 2 seconds. Pretty cool, but we can actually go to this version here, and it will do this with a high pass and delay. And the next one is a smile pass version of that. The last 3 effects on here is a recording of inputs AB, and the next one's a recording of inputs CD. The other side runs free. That way you can do some simple transitions from one section or one element to the other. And then the very last effect is, of course, the all effect. As you can see, there's no tape on here because I was cleaning my Octatrack. I've actually found the residue. I'm having such a hard time getting the residue from the tape off of my Octatrack, and I'm actually pretty mad at myself for leaving it on as long as I did without changing it, because it's gross. It's like sticky. My Octatrack's sticky. It's pissing me off. So that is my teaser for the Techno Performance Template. For those of you who watch this stream later, this will be out, available this week is my plan. I plan to have it available on Saturday. By saying this to the world, or whoever watches these, I am hoping to cement that I actually accomplished that goal of completing it by this weekend. And thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. I shouldn't even have said it was my birthday at the beginning of the stream. I flooded the chat with happy birthdays. Cool. Yeah, that's really it. That's what I wanted to show you in terms of the Techno Performance Template. Just talk about the concepts behind it. And it's going to become my personal template and what I use for the music production that I do very soon, because my older template, the Performance Template 2.3.5 that had all these cool effects in it, was the one I've been using. And I'm excited to move on and write a new set. And so I'm going to write a new set using these new effects and these new ideas. Maybe bring in some modular or some other stuff into it. Let me say hi to the chat here. Ferdinand, what's going on? Rolly, thank you. You're raising a beer to me this time instead of a coffee. Right on. Interesting that the tape is gone. The tape will be back. I promise. It's just I was just taking care of my Octatrack. I don't know. I had to take it off. I actually wanted to just redo it, but then there was so much slime on my Octatrack that I was just like, damn. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show off is this little guy. I know some people have seen this, and it's pretty cool. I like noisemakers, and that is what this is. This right here, see, come on, go into focus. This is the SOMA Ether, and it's a pretty cool little bugger, you know what I mean? And you can see it's got these little prongs. Let's see, come on, there we go. It's got these little prongs on it, and it picks up interference. It has on the side here a volume pot, and on and off switch, and a sensitivity thing. I honestly don't know how it works, but I know that it does work, and I just put some batteries in it. So let me show it to you. There's gonna be a little loud noise here for a second. Actually, we can make it so you can't hear nothing. There we go. All right, I'm gonna bring the volume all the way down. Okay, you heard how crazy that sounded. Check it out. So this reacts particularly to electronics, right? It'll react to your skin too. As soon as I turn the volume on, we're just gonna get some wild noise. But if I start bringing it over stuff, especially the monitor, it gets real crazy. Listen to that. This is the Octatrack. Oh, it's making like a chord. TB03 doesn't sound very cool. Check it out when I put it on my skin. It's just nutty. All right, I'm gonna put it on the monitor. I'll turn it off. I know this is obnoxious. Oh, it's so good on my, I have a computer monitor in front of me. That's the SOMA Ether. Little box. You can just take it, like I think the batteries in it probably last forever. I had to put 2 AA's in it, or AAA's, and it's fun. I don't know. You take this, I think it would pair really well with the Dirty Wave M8, because they're both very portable and they kind of look similar. And just grab some random sounds and can make some techno. Like, these are the kind of sounds that are really good for making techno, I think. I'm no pro techno, man. Talk about it a lot. Don't know a lot about it, but I talk about it a lot. Oh, let's get this thing in here. Okay, we're gonna get out of my template. I'm gonna go over to my actual project that I work on, because I am playing a show tomorrow. I play a show at this place called the 4Bs. Every last Tuesday of the month at 7 o'clock, I bring on 3 performers and play with them. I open for them, and I'm gonna hopefully play a little bit of a shorter set this time, because I've just been playing a lot and I'm tired, and I don't know. I'm saying that now, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. But the sets are really cool. Michael Squila, I don't know how to say your last name, Michael. Michael's one of the folks that's playing. I'm really excited to see him. Everybody should come to Seattle and check it out. It's gonna be a really great time. EZBOT, Hecklifter, and Mycorrhiza, I believe that's how I say your live name. And of course, EZBOT opening the show up. At the 4Bs at 7 o'clock tomorrow in Fremont. 21 and up, completely free show, live hardware, electronic music. It's a good time. All right, we're back in my project, which is where I was working on this track. And this track. Uncue that. But we're not working on those ones. So working on some crazy stuff. Wait a second. Yeah, load it. Let's reload this project. Okay. Because that was a weird sound. That wasn't how I... Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay. Kind of what I wanted to do, I kind of got sucked into this like Psytrance thing the other day, and I was like, I've never really made it before. So I kind of like, I could hear it. I hear it's like, 160 BPM or something, or around that BPM, and or just a higher BPM with with a lot of rolling bass lines and lots of melody. And I'm totally into those things. So I figured I'm gonna give it a shot and make something like that. So I'm gonna go to this pattern here, which should have no music on it from any of them. And we're gonna bring the tempo up to about 160. Okay, and I'm gonna start with, so I'm gonna use the Syntakt effects block. A lot of times I save the effects block to do like some maybe side chaining or just envelope cuts to make rhythms out of volume changes on the Syntakt. But today I'm gonna use it for its second filter on this bass line. So I'm gonna activate this track. I'm gonna deactivate all the other tracks and go into that effects track. Make sure it's everything about it is normal. Oh, we don't need that drive up. Do that later. I'm gonna go here and let's make these patterns per track. 128. We'll start with 16 steps actually. Let's do the same thing here. 128. I like to work in 8 bars. I think it's the way to go. It allows you to make just a lot more variations in a singular pattern. So you're really just working in that one pattern, but you're getting 2 patterns worth of information in that pattern. That's kind of how I think of working in 8 bars. Chet Lee, what's up, dude? Above the trees. Are you streaming using OBS? I am streaming using OBS. I am indeed. Sounds like an electric shaver. It does sound like an electric shaver, Kinga. Wait, is that Kinga? Did you make it? Are you here? I told you I was going to do it during the daytime so you could hang out. Glad you're here. Add filter on your microphone input. Oh, can you hear? I think what you're hearing is my fan. I have a fan blowing on me. Add a filter on it? Let's try out Above the Trees idea. There is no filter. So that's not which one are you talking about? You talking about a noise gate? Oh, I do have a noise cancellation? Oh, noise suppression. Okay. I didn't even know they had noise suppression. Got it. I put the noise suppression on. Does it sound ridiculous? I don't want to spend too much time on my stream messing with this, but I just turned it on. Does it sound better? Tell me. Tell me, everyone. Much better. Really? Well, thank you, sir. Yeah, okay, cool. That's great. Well, I love this. Thank you. That's great. You won an award. I wish I could give you a little award. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to leave this on. I love it when I get upgrades to my live streaming setup, and you just gave me an upgrade for free, and I really do appreciate that. That must be new in OBS, because I've not seen a noise suppression setting. Maybe I just didn't pay attention to it. I've been using the noise gate. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna like fill this whole thing with the dual VCO. Psy-Ra is cool on the analog side. It's great and all. I do still think dual VCO is more fun to play with just because you get some more wild sounds out of it. And we're gonna make we want like kind of a plucky deal. Let's just see how this sounds right now. Sounds awesome, right? We'll filter it. A little bit of resonance. Okay, that's pretty good. It's got some really aggressive sounds I can get out of it. Like I said, Psytrance, right? This is where we're starting. We're gonna add a kick, we're gonna sidechain it, but we're gonna sidechain it. I guess I could still sidechain it here. Let's just start with a kick really quick. Get this going. Okay. Can't use that default kick.
Billion.
Oh, there we go. Hey, should I put like a... Maybe it just needs a delay on the kick. Okay, now we're gonna go into the effects track and play with this filter. Here we go, one of these weirder ones. Back to the actual synth track. Oh yeah, we're gonna modulate that. Okay, so we'll modulate the balance. We could just, I think like what I really like is just like a random, like it's gonna be a huge change, but random on every step. So we'll set it to trig. Random LFO, then let's just see how it sounds right now. Yeah, I'm already there. Did I already make Psytrance? Is it done? All right, now let's, done. Thanks, Above the Trees. Above the Trees, you get all the high fives today. They're all going to you. Okay, here we go. Let that kick cut through. If that would do anything. No, it's being cut on those notes, so it wouldn't really matter. I wish I had a chorus. It's really too bad. Still sounds best right there if I detune it a little bit. What the hell do I want to do here? I guess we're kind of limited to only the 4 bars because I'd have to use retrig, which I could do. Well, what would happen if I did that? We didn't parameter lock anything here, although we totally can, and we probably should, but what if let's go back to 16 steps, and what if I erase these and use the retrigger for 16 steps? Ah, that does still work. Okay, so check this out. Here we go. Just copy that. Let's actually make this 64 steps again, but then go half speed so we can get actual 8 bars. What was that? That was awesome. Oh. That's actually really great right there. The kick is coming from the dig attack. It's just a kick that I like to use. I use it quite a bit. Just shape it a little bit differently each time. This time I haven't shaped it at all. That's not the idea, but I do like that. We're gonna clear that though. But we will use that. I'm gonna remember that that works really well for that. Let's go. Okay, here we go. We need it to be twice as long, I think. Turn it on. No, I forgot. It's still the right amount. Yeah, 32 steps though. Okay, so copy that, paste, paste, paste. Here we go. Okay. Should we just throw down an and hat?
Don't I like?
We'll just stick with that. I do really feel like it could use a compressor. Easy, not my peeps. Want you to play out at our Modular Monday VR event. You going to join us soon? Modular VR event? Modular VR event? You'll have to talk to me in my Discord about that. That sounds cool. I do have VR. I know the analog heat would really help in this situation. I lent it out. I need to get it back. So I don't have it here right now, but it really does. I need a compressor over here. This needs a compressor, for God's sake. This has one. Take that compressor, put it in here. Drum computer, let's go. Compress me, please. Please. But it really is missing a compressor. Like, that's where the oomph is. I can't really give it too much more oomph other than just volume. We could try another engine though. Let's try that. Let's just copy the whole track. And we'll mute it. Let's go over here and paste it. Starts with kick drum. There's some good engines over here. I think bits will do a better job of getting us weirder sounds. Actually, we could try something weirder. What do I need to do? Let's get that random LFO on something again here. Start with the depth. $32 should work. Okay. Much closer to the spot I wanted to get to, but I don't think this engine's gonna do it. Let's see what Toy's like. don't think that's gonna do it either. All right, let's check out Swarm. This sounds a little bit like synthwave. So far, I think my favorite was the original sound that we had. Yeah. What sounds do we need? That's the vocal for the Psytrance. Drum computer, compress me. Well, I guess might as well. Drum computer. Let's check it out. Drum computer. Drum computer. I don't know about compress me, but drum computer sounds pretty cool. Let's get some weird sounds going here. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer. All right. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer. Might have to do that again. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer. Okay. Drum computer. Okay. God damn it, that was so close. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer. I can't do a female vocal because it's not something my voice can make. Yeah, I guess I could format it up. Should we? I formatted it down. You think I should go up? Drum. That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. That sounds. I turn off the spot footage. That sounds super dorky. What else can we get? Switch over to this. Maybe here. Hello. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drunk Octatrack. It does sound super goofy. What's the fun of doing this kind of stuff live is that this is really what happens in the studio when no one's here. I think it gets a lot weirder than this. Okay. Drum computer. That's it. It sounds bad. Maybe it's too high pitched.
Drum computer. Computer.
Something. This is just getting goofier and goofier. I'm still coming back from. I'm still sick. Like my throat is still messed up, so it's hard to sing. Let's see. Turn this threshold up a little bit. What do I hear? That might work.
Drum computer.
That was. Damn it.
Drum computer.
I wonder what key am I in?
Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer. Drum computer.
That's kind of goofy, but I think it would work. If I had some weird, some tic-tac effects to it. Drum computer. Thanks. Thank you, listeners, for the idea. There's no such thing as an original idea. Right? Because we live in a simulation. Track 8. Let's try a different machine. Does Psytrance use claps or snares? Can somebody just tell me this? Do we use claps or snares here? I don't know. I legit don't know. Is it? Somebody just tell me. More reverb? Yeah, the reverb's really weak. That's why. There you go. No clap, so snare. The effects track. Hats are too loud. A bit distracting. Alright, let's do it. Or is it like, do we go like this? Slow, low pass filter on everything for swells and your the other snare was better?
Don't I like
That one? Did I do this? I do like that better. Okay, fine. Oh, now we're in this is a tight spot now. Trigger length is really short? Oh. What the hell? What is it? What's happening there? Looping. God, do what I ask. think we need is get rid of this hat, go over to this section, put hats in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then go straight hats here. Yeah. Modulation. Some snare rolls in here. Wait, who's saying snare on the decay? Snare on the... I'm sorry. LFO on the decay of what? LFO on the decay. LFO on the decay. It almost sounds like 90s Amiga demo scene. Thanks. That's probably that vocal sample, right? See, he found the right way. I was hoping this is what you would have done. Well, thank you, Black Rabbit. Maybe a ghost snare on 12, 13? I know, I was having the same thing, like on that, try a bit less decay. Oh, less decay on the snare. You think that the snare is too heavy? Need a little bit more, maybe something like... All right, let's get some melody in here. Should we go to the digatone? Because it's supposed to be really fast melodies. Something repeating, maybe? Could start with something really simple. Or we could 303. I don't know. 303 is in Psytrance? Did we make this in C major? Or no, we made it in A minor. We need to have something more interesting than that. Maybe an arpeggio. 303, you think? Go ham with the harp. Yeah, it sounded just a little too cutesy on the digatone. I really want something a little more aggressive sounding. We could go 303. Should we try the 303? Let's get that set up real quick. It's 4 o'clock. Holy smokes. Channel what? What channel are you on, 303? Excuse me. What's going on? Oh, I know what's going on. I'm such a dingo. All right, we have to go to track. What BPM were we at? 160. Let's go to track 6. Were we using any of this stuff? Okay, no, copy that. Go back to this one, or was it this one? Yeah, paste it. You can do slides with the 303. I think with some of the default settings that are in here. Or I guess I could just... just get some like weird... Oh yeah. By default with the 303, your velocity is what triggers the accent on the 303. I believe that's the way it is on the RE 303 as well, and maybe even with the MIDI mod with the original 303. I don't know if I'm vibing on the 303 sound on here. I don't think I want to start with that sequence. That sequence sucks. I forgot I have to like set up I have to set up CC messages and stuff to control the 303 so that I can get slides and accents and everything, and I don't really feel like dealing with that right now. So we're gonna actually go over to would some like undulating pads be cool? What if we copy this track? try this again. Yeah, this turned out sick right here. Put actually copy this track again. And go here. I ran that through the effects track. I gotta run this one through the effects track. I feel like that's just a really cool, like, drum fill idea. Maybe we go, just put, go to the last bar and do it. Drum fill for us. wavetable. This is what I need to be modulating. Yeah, I think I got the idea now. Yes. Okay. Waveform. Trig. That's it right there. What do you got? These are supposed to be... Why is that not moving at half speed? Oh, maybe there's not supposed to be a different note here? Oh, it's two Fs. That's why. Okay, so we copy this one. It does this twice. strong depth on the balance. Amp. There it is. Okay, I know we've been hearing the same pattern for like a million years, so let's take some of these sounds out and try and perform it, right? let's save this. Hey, we wrote some new music, and that was my first time making Psytrance. Ever, I think. That lead is very synthwave outrun. Yeah, the lead did get pretty synthwavy. I did make it louder at the very end there. I kind of like, without anyone having to tell me, I kind of caught that right there. It's just one last time. Let's just hear that. The synthwave lead patch? Sure. I mean, you can take a look at the settings right here. This is the synthwave patch. It's actually a really basic patch on the Digatone. It's really about the modulation section here on synth page 2. I mean, it's all just... I guess this is probably the more... It's not even turned up. It's like at 0. So... Even when I turn it up, it doesn't do anything. Voice solo. It's me saying drum computer into the VT4. There's something about this that just really makes you want to move and just like bob around. It's kind of hilarious. The mix turned out really clean after I had to work it a bit. It's almost like I kind of wish that people could only hear the mixed version instead of the process of I'm sure it's fun to watch the process of making that, but as an artist, you always want people to just hear like the good stuff. How do you modulate it? How do I modulate the voice? Oh, that's using the warp machine on the Digitact. So I'm using warp, and I'm just I have 2 different triggers, and I just lock them with some different parameters. So the first trigger just sounds like this, because it's trying to time stretch it pretty poorly, honestly. And that's the time stretch on the Digitact. I love Elektron to death, you know I do. But I think the LFO time stretch that I did myself sounded as good or better sometimes. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Shouldn't have said that. Cursing myself. Curses. Okay. All right. Well, I did all the things I said I was going to do. I told myself I was going to try and make Psytrance. I think it went really well. Thank you for all your help from the folks in the chat. That was really nice of you to give me those tips and tricks. And it worked really well. Yeah, you can get better resolution. I think so too, Kinga. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Exactly. I really do appreciate everybody hanging out with me. It is my birthday. I am 39 today. I am going to go hang out with my family now. I did my due diligence on the stream here. I'm going to have to do another stream now. Well, forgot what I was supposed to do. But the Techno Performance Template at the beginning of the stream, expect that to be coming out really soon. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be awesome for techno. The effects on it sound really clean. They're some of the best I've been able to get out of the Octatrack so far, just tweaking the filters and just knowing my way around a bit. And plus having the compressor there is really helpful. It really did a great job. So go back and watch the beginning of the stream if you want to hear those effects. I don't do a tutorial on how to make them. They're kind of more simple effects to make, but they do require quite a bit of setup to get going. I will be releasing a few tutorials on how to make some of the newer effects that are there that sound really great, like the Circo Riser V2 that I have in there and the newer Daft Punk effect. I'll probably just do them both in one tutorial video that'll come out in the next week or two. So without further ado, I'm going to go and hang out with my partner and go see my family and have a birthday. Thank everybody for hanging out. I'll see you on the next Elektron Talk. This is episode 29. Number 30 should be something spectacular. I don't know what we'll do. Something cool. Thanks again. I'll see y'all later.